Hello everyone, in this video I'd like to show you an example of how to calculate derivatives. So in our practice problem here, we're asked to find the derivative of 2x plus 7 minus 0.5x plus 8. Now this derivative problem is a little bit more complicated than some of the other examples I've showed you because this derivative problem has 4 terms. It has a 2x, 7, negative 0.5x, and an 8. Some of the other examples I've showed you would have only had 2 terms. But that's not a problem. There are still a couple of ways we can solve this. First, we can simplify what's inside the derivative, or what's inside the parentheses, by combining like terms. So that would give us the derivative of, we can combine the x terms. 2x minus 0.5 is positive 1.5x. And 7 plus 8 is positive 15. And now we have a derivative, or an equation with an x term and a constant. So to find the derivative of this, we find the slope, which is the m number, or the coefficient in front of the x, which in this case would be 1.5. So this is one way to evaluate this derivative, and we would get 1.5. I'll also show you another method. And in this method, we can basically distribute the derivative to all the terms, and we take the derivative of each term individually, and then add those up. So here's what that would look like. And as a note, we can only do this when our derivatives involve addition and subtraction. We would have to use different rules for other operations. But I would take the derivative of my first term plus the derivative of my second term plus the derivative of the third term and then the derivative of the last term. So let's evaluate out each derivative. First we have the derivative of 2x, and the line y equals 2x would have a slope of 2, so our derivative there is 2. Next we have the derivative of 7. 7 is a constant, that's representing 0x plus 7, so the derivative there would be 0. Next we have the derivative of negative 0.5x, and the term in front of the x there is negative 0.5, so that's our slope. I'll write that as plus negative 0.5. And finally we have the derivative of 8, which is another constant, so that derivative would also evaluate to 0. And now we see our derivative is 2 plus 0 plus negative 0.5 plus 0. I can get rid of the zeros there because that won't really affect our sum in addition. And I'll write the plus negative 0.5 as just minus 0.5. And then you'll see that we'll get the same answer as we did last time. 2 minus 0.5 is 1.5.